one of the fun things from this last episode is while Cody and Robin kept their narrative clear, Ari did not. And that's why I love these moments. Everyone had sort of a role. We're leaving because it's just so heartbreaking here. It's so difficult. We need a fresh start. And then Ari's like, I like the new house because it's so much bigger. The old one was too small. And no one spoke. That was in the car, and it just cracked me up because everybody else, first of all, doesn't this almost look like AI to me? It's so bizarre. This is straight off of the episode. But, they're really pushing this narrative. They had to get this big, they had to move. They had to get into this new house. And then Ari's just like, it's so much bigger. Look at how great it is. This is going to be amazing. Now we have a big house. Their old house was big. If I remember correctly, it was 4,400. Correct me if that's wrong. The new house, the new property, all combined is like 7,700 square feet. He said it's over 40% bigger. I don't know how they're measuring the square feet because the new place has several outbuildings. One of them so Cody can have an office. We can have an office for his projects, which means he's going to be burning through money like crazy. Between Sister Shops a Lot and Cody, the failed businessman, they're going to be running through money. Plus, the new house is $2.1 million. And from what I understand, they didn't actually have that much equity in the house that they sold for 1.7 because as the value went up, they bought it for like 800 and something. As it went up, they kept taking out loans against it. So they actually didn't have that much money. They didn't walk away with a huge amount of profit. They sort of just kind of kept up with it by refinancing or whatever. I don't know. A real estate agent looked at the back end and was able to tell me all that. But what I loved about it was that they had this whole idea. And Cody went out of his way to say that he had an office at Robin's house and any of the wives could have done that because she respects his space. And I was like, everybody else built a house for their children to have their children have enough space. Like, how did it work that Cody had an office and they had a nanny that lived with them, which was first her sister, then her niece, and Cody had an office? Like, how did that work? Anyway, that's a separate question. That's a cul-de-sac question as to how he did all that. But he definitely made a little snide remark about that, which I did not appreciate. But yeah, they got this big, huge new place. Additionally, the whole thing about they're filming in their old house so much, I'm sure is because they were already packing up. It had been on the market already. They packed up a bunch of stuff and they're like, we're going to film inside the house and we're going to prove to everyone that we're not hiding the house. So I'll be interested to see if they film in the new house. And in fact, maybe that's part of it. Maybe they're going to designate an area just for filming so they can keep it clean. I don't know. I don't really care. This is actually incredibly boring. We didn't see. And then it all ends with them praying to God about how God brought us to this place, which as somebody who's grown up extremely religious and is still extremely religious, many people use that God did this for us as a way of protecting from criticism. How can you criticize God? And I just told you that God brought us here. But it's funny to me that God keeps bringing them into bigger and bigger, more expensive houses. Just saying.